Hello, everybody. This is Malvise from Written Words Publishing. So, I am a publisher, I'm a ghostwriter, I'm an editor, I'm also an author. I published a book some years ago and was unhappy with the editing that was done to the book. This was before I became an editor. After I became an editor, I go back through my manuscript, and there is something that needs to be corrected on almost every single page. See my mark up here? Look at that. Look at that. I paid thousands of dollars to have this book edited, only to find out that they were sending my work overseas and having it edited by individuals whose English was not their first language. And after the book came back, right, there weren't that many changes made to the book. And I was like, oh, wow, okay, so I'm a really good writer, right? The editor didn't even only make no changes. Fast forward some years later, I'll take classes, I'll become an editor, I'll open my book, and there are errors on almost every single page. And the errors are not, uh, what's the word I want to say? They're not horrible like the average reader probably would not notice the errors. However, another editor, a professional editor, a real editor, like myself, would definitely pick up on um, some of the problems that were in this book. And then on top of that, in addition to what I have learned as I've grown as a writer, like I said, I'm a ghostwriter. I write fiction, nonfiction, ghostwrite nonfiction, but as an author, I write fiction. And I learned some new skills, more skills that I would like to implement into the uh, revised edition of this book. So, I am going to read it out loud while I edit it and implement these changes that I want to make. Um, yes. So, we're going to start with chapter one. So, I'm only going to be here for 30 minutes. So, if we don't get through the whole entire chapter within the first 30 minutes, we will come back and I'll be here. I want to be consistent. So every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Standing Time. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m., I'll be live on TikTok reading this book. Now, this is a really good book, okay? And my goal is to be a New York Times best-selling author. I have this book. I have another book that is based on one of the main characters in this book. My goal is to finish revising both of these books by the end of the year and release them in early January. So enjoy the ride. Just let me disclose that this is copyrighted material. This book has been published. Okay, it is copyrighted, but it's going to be republished, a revised edition. For all you authors out there who don't know, if you wrote a book and you're not satisfied with the book, or you want to make some changes to the book, you want to add some things, take some things out, you can republish your book as a second edition or revised edition You can use the same title. Just make note on the cover and the copyright page that it is a second or revised edition. You can use the same cover or a different cover. Um, and then you can re-release the book. It'll need a new ISBN number because it is a different, another book. Okay, even though it's the same book, it's not the same exact book. So you will need a new ISBN number if you want to re-release your book as a revised or edited edition. So I'm just going to read the blurb for this book, which I am going to revise, but I'm not sure. Just so you know what this book is about, if you want to come along for this ride with me while I revise this book. Jones, Evans, and Knight is a fictional exploration of Black America through the lives of four women residing in Morgantown and employed at a prestigious Black owned law firm. Okay. I'll just stop right there because I'm definitely going to have to revise the blurb for this book. Um, the you don't we don't need Black America and Black owned in the same sentence, in the same paragraph, what you want to do when you're writing. So y'all can take this as some free editing advice too, some free writing advice. Y'all try not to use the same word, more than once in the same sentence. Definitely not in the same sentence if you can avoid it, and not in the same paragraph if you can avoid it. And if you really, really can avoid it, not on the same page. I mean, there's synonyms. The dictionary app on. You can download the dictionary app. It has a dictionary and the thesaurus. That app and the Bible app are the two apps I open the most on my phone. And with that, with the oh Jesus, yes, with the thesaurus, that's what I was saying. With the thesaurus, you can find a different words. You can say the same thing without writing the same exact thing. That is what you would want to achieve. Okay. Hmm. Yes, that's what you would want to achieve. Okay, so I would I'm gonna mark this up here while I'm thinking about it. I would just take out the whole Black owned part. It's an exploration of Black America, right? A fictional exploration of Black America through the lives of four women residing in Morgantown and employed at a prestigious law firm. We don't need Black owned there because we've already established that this book was a exploration of Black America. So of course, why wouldn't they be working at a Black law firm? So we're gonna take that out. So let's start over. Jones, Evans, and Knight is a fictional exploration of Black America through the lives of four women residing in Morgantown and employed at a prestigious law firm. The inner working of a law firm is no different than any other corporate atmosphere. But Lorenz Jones and Preston Evans, two of the partners at JEK. So, for those of you who may or may not know, in the legal field, uh, ooh, acronyms are used uh, a lot. Everything is an acronym. So, of course, if the law firm is Jones, Evans, and Knight, then the law firm is referred to as JEK. That's just how they do it in the legal field. Everything is a letter, is an acronym. 3 letters, 4 letters means something. So let's go back to the beginning. Jones, Evans, and Knight is a fictional exploration of Black America through the lives of four women residing in Morgantown and employed at a prestigious law firm. The inner working of a law firm is no different than any other corporate atmosphere, but Lorenz Jones and Preston Evans. You know what? Two of the partners at JEK. We can take that out also because, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Excuse me, y'all. Oh gosh. Okay. Mm, Something is making me sneeze. I apologize for that. Okay. So we can take out two of the partners at JEK because Lorenz Jones and Preston Evans, obviously, they were the partners because uh, their names are in the in the title of the law firm. Or most, well, not all, but most law firms is are named after the partners, the head partners. So we can take that out too. All right, let's go back to the beginning. Jones, Evans, and Knight is a fictional exploration of Black America through the lives of four women residing in Morgantown and employed at a prestigious law firm. The inner working of a law firm is no different than any other corporate atmosphere, but Lorenz Jones and Preston Evans were adamant about addressing the needs and concerns of their support staff. They understood the views of the staff clearly enough to furnish a large office with a television, cozy setting, and a fridge. It became the perfect place for the employees to escape and relax for a dose of emergency release, hence the nickname, the ER. However, there was one partner who had a different, yeah, see, look at that. See, look at that. This should have been corrected. It says there was one partner, Earl Knight, that had. That shouldn't be that. That should be who. So whenever you, basically when you're writing, number one, the majority of the time when you have the word that is not necessary. And if you ever have the word that and you are referring to a person, it should not be that, it should be who. So this should say, however, yeah, I don't even have to say there was one partner. I would say, however, Earl Knight had a different view on the staff's obligations to the firm. There you go, because his name is in the title. So we know that Earl Knight is one of the partners, so we don't need to say that he was a partner. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm doing here? If you are an author, an aspiring author, you're trying to write, you're learning to write, just take some mental notes or written notes, or however you want to do it. Or uh, I believe after I go live, I can post this on my TikTok page, and then you can come back and watch it at any time and grab whatever tips you feel is going to improve your writing. So, however, Earl Knight had a different view on the staff's obligations. See, this says, however, there was one partner, Earl Knight, that had a different view on the staff's obligations to the firm. We already know that the staff works for the firm, so to the firm is not necessary there. OMG. You know what? I meant to before I went live today. I meant to call the contact the publisher and direct them to remove this book from circulation. That's something I've been meaning to do for years, and I just haven't done it. I don't even know when the last time I received any royalties off this book, so I know nobody is buying it. But, I don't want y'all here hearing me read it like, damn, that's a good book. Let me go get it. No, 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 no. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't buy it yet. Wait until the revised edition is released, and then you buy that, and go to the store and buy it, the hard copy, a physical copy, and then help me become a New York Times best-selling author. That's what I want you to do for me. So, Yes, we could take out to the firm. Lord Jesus. Well, you know what? I'm extremely grateful that I am a very good editor. Hmm. Extremely grateful for that gift because, whew, anyway, I'm probably gonna rewrite this whole thing, but I just wanted y'all to get a idea what the story was about. So let's go back to the however. However, Earl Knight had a different view on the staff's obligations. He believed, Earl believed. So it says Earl believed, but we don't need Earl's name mentioned here again because we already know Earl is Earl. So we're going to change that to he. I tell you, it's hard to write on this cover. He believed employees. Now, this actually says Earl believed that employees should do whatever the attorney asked without question, and it was evident in the way he treated his secretary, Catherine Rowland. I'm going to change that to Earl believed. We're going to remove the that because that is not necessary. That is not necessary. He believed employees should do whatever. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to read it to y'all raw because I'm going to be here and end up spending the whole 30 minutes on the blurb and I'm not going to get to chapter 1. I'm gonna read the blurb raw without editing it because all this all just needs to be changed. So however, Earl Knight had a different view on the staff's obligations. He believed employees should do whatever the attorney asked without question, and it was evident in the way he treated his secretary, Catherine Rowland. He created a chaotic office environment, and her stress was compounded as she struggled to raise 3 children with an absent husband. Kat would not be able to endure the day without her friends. Trisha Ramsey, the outspoken woman who, there's a that here, it should say who encourages those around her to be strong and true to themselves. Darlene Reese, the gossip queen at JK, who tells everyone's business except her own, and she has a few stories hidden. We can take that out. We don't need that. Oh yeah, I lied. I said I wasn't going to edit while I was reading it. I can't help myself. With my fellow editors out there, shout out to my fellow editors. Tell me you can read something without doing a mental edit. Tell me that you don't see a sign in public or a sign on the wall or a post on social media and every typo just screams at you and you just pick them up, catch them. Am I the only one? If there's any other editors watching this live right now, put it in the chat and let me know if you can read anything, a letter, a newspaper article, an email, a book, a sign on the wall, anything. Can you read anything without doing a mental edit? Because I can't. I can't. I just can't. Whew, a website, anything. Typos just scream at me. I can't stand typos. I can't stand them. Can't stand typos. I can't stand grammatical errors either. Anyway, where was I? Yes. So he created a chaotic office environment, and her stress was compounded as she struggled to raise 3 children with an absent husband. Kat would not be able to endure the day without her friends. Trisha Ramsey, the outspoken woman who encourages those around her to be strong and true to themselves. Darlene Reese, the gossip queen at JK, who tells everyone's business except her own. And Naomi Rouge. Naomi Rouge, a woman who breezed into Morningtown, because I got that there too. You see what I'm saying? I'm supposed to say who breezed into Morningtown in search of a place to rest when she stumbled into a position as receptionist at JEK. but no one knows where she came from, and Naomi isn't offering any information. This, I'm gonna tell y'all, this blurb sucks. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it later. Yes. Let these ladies show you that friendship is all about. Let these ladies show you what friendship is all about as they laugh, cry, share secrets, work, learn, dine, and play together. So that is the blurb, current blurb for this book that is going to be revised. And I will make it much better than that.